Hey guys, Coldbrew here. Welcome back to another video. We have the guaranteed for 25 ancients for Stag Knight, as well as the big promotion going on currently for Stag Knight skin and the JT skin promo code that is available to new players only, where they can acquire both the skin and the champion. So I thought I might as well make a video and show you guys how to build a Stag Knight, properly build him right, starting from, well, brand new accounts and going all the way to the end game, where you're looking for specific stats on every single piece of gear. And gearing this guy properly and also building his masteries is key to make the champion work as it should. All right, he's one of the few champions in the game that has this very specific requirement, especially for masteries. So let's have a look at Stag Knight, guys. By the way, the tournament is very easy. All right, it's only 1,500 points in terms of turn points. So if you have the time, go and do it. There is a dungeon divers also going on, so it's pretty easy. I left the auto farmer going on a little bit too much, and I'm at the top position right now. So yeah, that was a little bit of a waste, but it's fine. Let me show you guys my Stag Knight now with the skin. Also, I thought I might as well show it off. The skin looks very nice, although honestly I prefer the standard classic skin over the gilded glider skin. Some of the things look great here, but the helmet is what really breaks it for me. It's not Stag Knight without the helmet. With the horns, it's just not Stag Knight. But let's keep on the skin for now, and let's get this started. The perfect pieces of gear for Stag Knight are the perfect set are the perception set. Perception provides not only accuracy, which Stag Knight requires to apply his speed down, decreased defense and decreased attack, but also he gets some speed, which is a requirement for support type champions such as Stag Knight. You're focusing for speed rather than other offensive stats, but I went for the more end game kind of build for you guys to see right now, and then I'll explain how to drop it down a little bit in terms of stat requirements in general. So have a look at the stats overall. I'm running over 200 speed, 234 to be exact, 100% crit rate, 215 crit damage, and 389 accuracy. Do you need all of this to make Stag Knight work? No, absolutely not. What you need is speed and accuracy. If you're just starting out, speed and accuracy is the requirement for Stag Knight. You need him to be faster than all of your other members of your team, ideally your damage dealers, so he applies the defense down first and then your damage dealers go. And he also needs to have accuracy enough for him to land the debuffs, because as you go up in difficulty in terms of stages, whether that is dungeons or Doom Tower or whenever you want to use Stag Knight, you need more and more accuracy, with the top end requiring the amount that I'm showing right now, about 389. That is where the Doom Tower stat requirements are. Other areas of the game require more than that, but honestly, Stag Knight will be used in the areas where you need at the maximum about 350, 380, and that is the Doom Tower. Especially for dungeons, 200 accuracy is the top that you'll need. Anything above that is for other areas of the game. The stat that you're looking for in order to maximize his potential is speed and accuracy in every single piece of gear if possible. If not, then look for the perception sets as I explained before, because those give you both of those stats exactly through the set bonus. And perception sets can be acquired through doing faction wars, and you can actually craft them in there. It's pretty easy to farm the faction wars every single day, so slowly but surely you'll get some good pieces. Put them all together, give them to Stag Knight, it's gonna be worth it. After that, if you can, go for maybe some crit rate to give him some extra damage, maybe attack percent if you are okay with that. If you want him to be a little bit tankier, go with HP percent or defense percent wherever it's applicable. Let's say the helmet or the shield, those stats can roll over there. In terms of the gloves, you can go for the primary stat of being either crit rate, you can go with HP percent, defense percent. I went for crit damage and crit rate just to showcase on Stag Knight's damage a little bit, but honestly, you're not building him for damage, you're building him for the utility. And then for the chest piece, if you're really lacking on the chest piece in terms of accuracy, you will need to go for an accuracy chest. So you go here, click on the chess pieces, you filter through and find the accuracy here, and then maybe look for speed on the substat and go through your gear and just give him that. You don't need to go for complete sets, by the way. Even broken sets will work for Stag Knight as long as he gets those stat requirements to get him started, okay? So get him to about 200 speed, focus about 200 accuracy, and then you can focus on completing sets, which will give him that little bit of an extra edge. All right, of course, we're looking for speed on the boots, and for the ring, amulet, and banner. Ideally, you're looking for HP on the ring. You don't need to have the blood shield, but it does help for specific areas of the game. Crit damage is nice on the amulet, but you can still go HP or defense. And then you're looking for extra accuracy there on the roll. The higher the accuracy roll, the better it is going to be for you. And then for the banner, ideally, you're looking for accuracy to get you going with the accuracy requirements for any area that you're going to throw him in. And ideally, it's going to be like a 6-star to give you that big boost. In terms of skills, you want to have him maxed out. The reason you want to have him maxed out is to just not have that chance to not land the decreased defense and decreased attack, which will be very, very hard for Stag Knight. But even if you max him out, look at that. 70% chance to place a 60% decreased defense. That is good, but it's not 100%. Book him out, you get another 25%. Then he's at a 95% chance. Hold that in mind, guys, before we get onto the next part, which is the masteries. And then we have the decreased speed chance at 30%, then another 10, another 10. You get 50% chance to apply a decreased speed, which is huge since he attacks twice. He's very strong for the Fire Knight, very strong for many areas of the game. Highly, highly recommend booking him. And then also a great passive, which doesn't need books, which can boost accuracy by giving them increased accuracy buff on an ally for 1 turn each time the ally has a debuff resisted. Pretty strong. And then masteries, as I explained, you're not looking for extra damage from this guy. So Helm Smasher and Flawless Execution is out of the question, but War Master will be the way to go to give him that extra bit of damage. You're not going to go with Giant Slayer since he is a 2-hitting champion, not a triple-hitting champion with his default skill. And then the support tree, you can go down the route here with extra accuracy. The Evil Eye Mastery, I would say, is a must. Reduces the target's turn meter. This is very helpful for dungeon pushing. And then Sniper, this is a must-have on Stag Knight. You will not see a build without Sniper Mastery in there because this increases the chances of placing any debuff from skills or artifacts by 5%. And remember, this skill right here, even with the books, give us a 95% chance to apply it. So that extra 5 makes it 100. That is why you need it. You cannot go anywhere without this mastery. You can even get it before you book him out. And maybe you don't have the epic skill books, but it is still a huge, huge requirement. Make sure you follow that. So one of the toughest areas of the game right now is, I would say, Ice Column, especially for new players. And that's where Stag Knight is going to shine, especially in those stages where it's Force Affinity, the boss is Force Affinity, and you have your magic champions. A starting account out there is going to have lots of magic champions which suffer against the Force Affinity, okay? That's where the kit of having not only the decreased defense, which helps you do more damage on enemies, but also the decreased attack helps so much in reducing the damage that the enemies do to you. So having that in mind, guys, you will be pushing through with Stag Knight. He will be key in these stages where you're going to have the most difficulty. The only problem will be in stages where it's going to be Magic versus Stag Knight, where he won't be landing those debuffs if he does a weak hit. But we still should be okay with how we're going in right now. I think I'm going to go with the defense in all dungeons by Apothecary, who's our healer. And we're going to go in and we'll see it in action where Stag Knight will be applying the decreased attack on the waves. And that will help the team survive, okay? That will be key in helping us survive, because the waves, even the waves, not just the boss, not going to talk about the boss, but the waves are also very, very strong. Look at that. Look at how much health we're losing just because, well, look at that. Kel killed himself there with the reflect. But I should have manualed it actually there, but it's still okay. Kale just did too much damage to himself through that reflect. Let's carry on. We still have Frozen Banshee. She's gonna be there for the boss. So she'll be applying the poisons on the boss. As long as you get her there to the boss, she'll be able to kill him off. But the boss is very specific in this one. Like, you might even need a block revive champion to get yourself through and make it easier for you. Look at that. Even lost Aethel there, but still going. This team will survive. Just the healer and the Frozen Banshee there, who is our poisoning champion. It actually might go quicker because we have the 2 champions that are dead. Look at the damage that also Stag Knight is doing. He's doing like 20k. Alright. So here, the way that you go about this is just hoping that the decreased attack is enough for the damage that the boss does to not kill you. The boss does a lot of damage, and especially, look at this, when he drops below these specific HP points, 80, 60%, 45, 30, and 15, he does a big attack based on whether his 2 allies right here, his 2 mobs on the left and right side of the boss, if they are alive, then you will suffer for sure. All right, we're fully healed up. There's a decreased attack on the boss. We are looking very good here. We're landing some poison here with Frozen Banshee, but remember, she is a weak affinity, so even when she attacks, she doesn't always stack them up. But look at that. Look at how good this run is going so far. So now my 3 champions will be focusing on the ads now, which is still fine, but the boss will be losing a ton of health because of the poisons. And that's why I've mentioned at the start that if you have a poisoner to survive in these areas, which is very difficult, such as the ice golem or the dragon, then you should be able to take out the boss. And look at how strong Stag Knight is. The speed down, the decreased attack, the decreased defense also helped a ton. But look at that. Look at that. 2 minutes 45, even a best time for me, since it's been a long time since I came back to this difficulty. And it just shows that Stag Knight by himself can carry through and do damage. He did damage on the waves with the stats that I gave him. I gave him a lot of stats, honestly, for this kind of stage. But I just wanted to show the showcase of his power, where the decreased defense, the decreased attack comes into play. Very strong champion, and eventually you'll even use him in the Fire Knight. Once you get into the end game, he is even used in one of the best teams possible for the Fire Knight. I don't use him specifically for mine anymore because I switched around to a different kind of setup with an ally attack kind of setup. But if you check on teams of the week, you'll even see Stag Knights here on the top, unless everything, yeah, look at that, Stag Knight there with some other champions such as ally attack, and especially with Cardiel there, works very well. So you see his true potential. This is on the hardest difficulty of the hardest dungeon in the game right now. You will not find a more difficult area of the game where you need to be speed farming to get the best pieces of gear, especially for PvP, which is the Fire Knight. So look at that. Stag Knight is there. He's definitely worth the effort, and you see that people are even going for higher awakenings on him. 6-star awakenings work very well for him, especially for this area of the game. So this was the showcase, guys. This was more centered around newer players out there. I know more seasoned players know how to build him already or know about him, but I just wanted to cover it for the newer players out there, people who just acquired this guy today and wanted to see, okay, what is all the hype behind him? How do I build him? Well, this is the way to go, guys. Pick up the skin also if you're close in there with the spider tournament. There's going to be other tournaments as well. I believe there's 3 more tournaments going on for the skin, although the skin does nothing, and I've mentioned the classic skin looks better to me. It's still available. I think it's here in the news section. If you check it, I think there's going to be like 3 or 4 tournaments at the same time going on for this one. So this was the video, guys. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.